welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a video with any mead making. Right now, two of my batches of mead are still fermenting. They're kind of in that stage of just waiting for about another 3 weeks. And I'll show you what's happening right now with those meads. Before I do that, I wanted to tell you about the mead I'm going to make today. So today I am making a homemade apple strawberry mead. And the difference with this one is that I am actually using a lot of apple juice for the liquid along with water. And then I'm using strawberries from my sister. She did a lot of freezing of some different fruits. So these are from New York State, and she graciously gave those to me. So thanks, Karen, I appreciate it. And we're gonna go through the steps of making this strawberry mead, which is really more of a strawberry cyser. So I hope you enjoy the process. So the first step I'm going to do is I've already added 2 cups of water, a little bit more than 2 cups of strawberries, and now I'm adding a half a cup of honey. So because this also calls for fruit and the apple juice, it's a lot less honey than I normally use. Some of these I've used up to 3 pounds of honey, and this one is only a half a cup. So I'm just going to scrape this out to try to get as much as I can. And what we'll do from here is let it simmer and then remove from the heat and let it get to room temperature. So that's where we are in the very initial process of our mead making. Okay, so 15 minutes has gone by, and it is time to put these strawberries into a pitcher. I'm using a real thin colander to put the strawberries through so that the juice is placed into the pitcher. So it is kind of heavy. There we go. And then what I'll do is once I do this, we're just gonna let it cool, and then we'll go from there. So pretty exciting. Next steps. All right, we are moving right along. We have the strawberry, water, and honey mixture here. That has cooled down. It's just about room temperature. I also have the apple juice ready, and I have the cut up strawberries that we're going to add as well. So I've done a reading of the original gravity of the strawberry mixture, and that came out at 1.044. And looking back at some of the other meads I made, that's pretty common for the measurement or the reading of the hydrometer before any yeast is added. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to add the strawberry mixture into the carboy. I did add a little extra water just because I don't know how much this is going to actually make. I'm hoping to get it close to the top of the 1 gallon carboy, and you can see that it's going in and it's looking pretty good. I'm really pretty excited about this. Okay, so that's been added, and now I'm going to add in the strawberries. Slide them down in there. And once all the strawberries are in, then I'm going to add the yeast. And it's calling for about a half a teaspoon of yeast. And I'm using D47 yeast, which is what I use for all of the mead that we make. So this is kind of fun. I'm kind of excited about it. I don't think it's going to make a whole gallon full of mead, but that's okay. We'll see how it turns out. A couple more strawberries to go. And there we have that. Okay. And then now comes the yeast. This is the D47 yeast, and I'm going to do it over here so that I just don't put too much. And I'm putting in, that one's empty, and I have a little bit left in this. You can use yeast, and once it's open, you can store it into the refrigerator. So that's what I did with this. Okay, and now I'm going to add that in. All right, and what they said is once the yeast is added, I'm going to put the stock in, and I'm going to swirl it around. Kind of fun. All right, last step before we add the airlock and just let it sit. I'm now adding the apple juice into the carboy. The yeast is already in the strawberry mixture, and we'll see how far this goes up. It's not going to get close to the top, which is fine. Okay, there we have it. And what I do now is I'm going to put the cork on and put my thumb over it, and I'm going to stir it and swish it around for a minute, and then after that I'll add the carboy. As you can see, we now have 3 meads in 3 different carboys. My apple strawberry mead, you can see that we'll be looking to see, hopefully in the next few hours, we'll see the yeast start to activate, which is always the most exciting part. The vanilla bean chamomile mead and the blackberry mead were both started several weeks ago, actually almost a month ago, on February 17th. And I racked them for the first time on March 3rd to remove all of the fruits and the chamomile flowers and so forth into clean carboys. What started to happen, and it's very hard to tell, is at the bottom you can see where there is some sediment that is actually starting to settle, which is what we want. It's actually, on this one, goes up almost about probably a ½ inch of sediment, which you can't really see. And this one has less, maybe a quarter of an inch. We let that go, and in another couple weeks, we'll actually be looking about racking them into our mead bottles. So thanks for watching. I'll be in touch soon. I have one more exciting mead that I'm going to make this weekend. So I'll see you soon. Now I'm going to add the water, the strawberries, and the honey. I'm adding 2 cups of water, a little more than 2 cups of strawberries. Ooh, whoops, well that didn't work out very well.